You know, I was just about to put this video out for Glenn and Cameron, and I had everything to talk about. And then this video comes up, and it's just like, I'm glad I waited. Now, there was on the Glenn and Cameron thing, and plus, it took me like two or three times to do that one. I was basically saying, um, there are things you need to learn from that, and I know I wrote them down. Let me look at them again because I didn't erase it. Um, know your laws, protect your child. There are three things you should learn from that Glenn and Cameron video: is know the laws, protect your child, and some of these people, they have a victim mentality. Now, the thing about the Glenn and Cameron thing, he said he did that for a social experiment. I don't know if that's true or not. It just seems weird. I don't fucking know. So I'm glad I didn't, because if he says that's an experiment and it's just, I don't know if that's real. I still gotta watch that video from the lead attorney, But that shit is disgusting. I've said that. So, um, but this one right here, what I'm talking about, is fucking real. Now, the dude, he's like 46-year-old, and he married his 18-year-old goddaughter. Someone that he done raised since he was a fucking child. Now, I've always said this, and I'm going to stand by it. If she is a consenting adult, and if she is cool with, because there's always to talk about, men, older men dating and marrying younger women. Not just, sometimes it don't even get as far as marrying, but most of the times, like, I see things like this: the older man is dating and or marrying the younger woman. This girl is 18, he's like 46. I had to say the same thing because Marcus Houston married a 19-year-old. Married, by the way, not like dating, but married her. So, I always said this, and I still stand by it. If she's cool with it, if you ask her and she's cool with it, now I understand some people are not going to speak out and all that other stuff. Yeah, I get it. But you do got to take her word for it. If she's cool with it, if she's fine with it, then they're two consenting they are two consenting adults, then it's really none of our business. Now, this shit, I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks like grooming. It and it's not just because if you watch O'Shea Dukes Jackson, which I will put the link in the bottom of this because he did a phenomenal take on this, and anything I'm doing, I would just copy him. So, but he did the video, and he had the mother, the girl that was married, and he had the man that, the husband and the wife speaking. They all said some different shit. Now, if you looked at that video, and from what I've seen, that girl came from a dysfunctional family. Um, she said herself, she's been on her own since she was 16. She was like, I'm grown. I could do what the fuck I want. You married me. I am married and all that other stuff. And she was bragging and boasting. She didn't look like she was groomed. She looked like, if anything, she wanted him to marry her or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm on the outside looking in. Now, if that shit was grooming, I am against it. This shit is weird any fucking way because, you've known that girl since you was a fucking child, not a baby. Now, there's fucking pictures of it too, of him with her and like from a baby. He's holding her since he was a baby. And he was fucking the mother. So it's also weird. It's one of those things where I was talking about in that Glenn and Cameron video. One, because know your laws don't really gotta understand this, but a lot of people, and which is understandable. I do understand it because people's like, but I also said this. It's just like you ain't gotta, because a lot of people say, what do y'all have in common? And a lot of people is just like, and when I tell people, I said, they don't have to have shit in common. I've always said this because a lot of people is just like, oh damn, you marry someone that's 20 years younger than you. What the fuck y'all gonna have in common? And I always said this, and I'm not defending no predators or none of this shit when I say this, but I've always said this. You ain't gotta have shit in common. I know some people that are in relationships and they're like the same fucking age that are total fucking opposites. That are total fucking opposites. They don't have shit in common, and yet they fuck with each other. I've seen relationships like that. I've also seen relationships where, hell, like, she just liked their vibe. Like, he just liked their vibe. This one, it looked more or less like sugar daddy, and you pay all the bills, and I protect you and all that other stuff, and protect and provide and all that other shit. Like I said, outside looking in, I don't know the full details. This shit is weird to me though. I'm not gonna lie to you, this shit is weird to me. Now, like I said, if he groomed her, I'm 100% against it. I am 100% against it. I am 100% against it. I'm gonna repeat myself like Umar Johnson so people don't think I'm for it, but I am 100% against it. The thing is, I don't know if he was grooming her or not. If he was, that's like I said, it's fucking disgusting. But like, even when it comes to marrying her, he did everything in in legal standards. And this is why I tell people, like, know your laws. He's done, like, as far as I'm concerned, he didn't commit no crimes. The shit is fucking weird, but he didn't commit no crimes. So he's not in the fucking wrong of anything. So you're gonna find this shit weird. I'm gonna find this shit weird. But guess what? She's 18. She can do what the fuck she wants. Now, that girl, like, you could tell, like, whoever was in her life fucked her up. Whether it's her mother, whoever's the people around her, whether it's the environment, which is, I think it says to my number 2, if I'm correct. Let me look at it again. Protect your children. Protect your children. Protect your child. Raise them right. Every time, like, I go back to the Denzel Washington, it's just like, it all starts with the parents. It all starts with the environment. Now, I'm not saying the ghetto is bad, and all that other stuff. It's like, oh, you can't, people who live in the ghettos are like never gonna make it. Obviously, there's people that got them out the ghetto living good lives. I know there's people that have been raised in the hood all the time, got good fucking morals. I'm not saying all that, but you could tell, like, and the mother, she was in and out of jail. Motherfucker was selling dope, selling weed, or selling whatever, and all that other stuff. So you could tell, that girl, that woman, she gutter. Like, she is from the gutter. Like, the way she talked, the way she cursed out, and I was like, oh my God, don't get me wrong. I like a girl with a little hood vernacular, but when it comes to, like, women like that shit is for me, that shit is a major turnoff for me. I've always said that. Is a percentage of ratchetness that I just don't fuck with, because mentally they're fucked up. It's not their fault, but half of those women, the way they think like their mothers and all that stuff, they're like completely broken. And it shows in their fucking child. Which is why, like, I compare it to, like, Black China and her fucking mother, Tokyo Toni. That shit, like, I pray to God, and I don't have kids, but I pray to God, I've always said this, that I don't marry a woman like Tokyo Toni and make a child that turns into Black China. Both of them are fucked up, and you could tell where it come from, and I've always seen that shit. Like, Black China is a fucked up person, and I don't think it's her fault. I think it's the mom. I've always said that. That's another side note. But going back to this guy married and all that other stuff. That whole shit is weird, especially since you were fucking the mother, now you was fucking the daughter, and I'm not. I'm not putting the blame on the little girl, but I just sometimes when you look at this shit, you want to know what made you want to fuck with this man, or what made you want to marry him. Like these are the questions I want to ask. It's just like, what do you see in him? What do you see in him that made you want to marry him? Why did you marry him? Do y'all have kids of your own? It's just like, has he? It's just one of those things where it's just like, how did this happen? And I'm one, I like I said, I'm what can I say? I'm the prisoner of a why, because I see shit like this and I wonder how and why did this happen. It's just like shit like that. Like I've always said, if you put me in a room with a serial killer, I want to know what makes him tick. I will ask him questions and all that. Like this shit, I would definitely ask questions. Like, why are you like this and shit? But you could tell by that girl, because of her mother and the environment she in, she was destined to be I don't want to say a fucked up individual, because she could probably like turn her life around and all that stuff, but you could tell that shit wasn't working out well for her. So she might want the people that's like get it however. And I don't want that for my daughters. Hell, I don't want that for my niece. I'm very overprotective of my niece. And I keep telling people this is why fathers are overprotective of their daughters. Because they don't want to end up in shit like that. At least the ones that be in kids' lives. They are super, every father I know is super overprotective of their daughter. Because they don't want their daughters to go around being hoes. I'm sorry, ladies, to say it like that, but it's basically how men think. We don't want our child to become hoes. We don't. So, but I'm not calling that little girl a hoe. Not calling her the girl that was married to the older man a hoe. Do I find that relationship very weird? I find it very fucking weird. But it looks like everything was done under legal procedure. So unless y'all got something under him that will put him in jail, y'all, you know, I guess he's going to be living his life. Now, the thing is, shit like this, the men like him and men like Glenn and Cameron that's going around, or people like R. Kelly that's going around fucking young girls and all that other stuff. Yes, I've always said you gotta, those people need to be in jail and all that other stuff. But you, as a parent, and I totally believe this. You and I understand that some parents you raise them right and they still go through this. I do fucking understand that. But for I feel like if you in your kids' lives, they see shit like this and they go away from it. That's why I'm always big on fathers being in our lives. I don't know where her father was. I don't know if her father was a piece of shit, because maybe he was, but or he could be dead in the streets. I don't know. I really don't know. But this shit is so weird. And from the little bit I seen from O'Shea Duke Jackson, yeah, this shit is fucking weird. This is why you need to protect your daughters, because they could end up with men like him and Glenn and Cameron. That is my rant for today. Please know your laws, be in your child's lives, and I know I was supposed to talk about victim mentality, but that was more or less the Glenn and Cameron shit. But I don't know if it really applies to this millionaire. But at least, hey, look, I'ma always advocate for two-parent households. I grew up in one. Like I tell people all the time, my father's one of the greatest men I've ever met. My grandfather's one of the greatest men I've ever met. Like my grandmama, a gangster, and I love her to death. It's like I grew up with a positive. Like I can honestly say I grew up with positive outlooks in life that made me want to do better. So I understand that other people don't get that opportunity. I'm fucking an if I'm an anomaly, so be it. But I'm always advocate for two-parent households. So, but that's just me. Let me know what y'all think. Till then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.